We got some new blood in the building today, folks. Oh, yeah, new blood. It's always good to have some new blood. Welcome to Last Minute Betting with the Sports Nuts, Bob and Mike. We've got your quick fix for sports betting, brought to you by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company for sports bettors worldwide. That's right. Go to oddsjam.com. If you haven't subscribed, go to /subscribe and subscribe, man. Get a 7-day free trial. Do it today, right now. And don't forget about the fact that there's 50% revenue share in the affiliate program. Link below in the description. And don't forget about the picks. Me, Mike, and Tony. The DubClub picks. We got a 14-day free trial for those picks. Our Golf Gurus picks. We are sitting with another outright, Mike. Batia is in the lead. He's one of our outrights. And as a matter of fact, I have him picked. So we got a half a dozen in the top 20 right now, which is a good thing. I'd like to welcome Money Bets, or Brendan, as we like to call him. Appreciate you joining us on the show, my man. Nice shirt.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Mike. Happy to be here.
Absolutely, bro. Nice to have you on, man. And I just want to point out real quick before we get started, I want to share my screen. I don't know, Brendan, if you've seen any of these bets showing up on the EV page, but so yesterday we had what we call a Yersey in the Blue Jays Red Sox game that was on the EV page. Obviously, that one got delayed after the first inning, so no go on that one at least. And the Nursey, though, in the Yankees-Mets game hit, and we had the Yersey in the Cubs-Giants game, which is basically no run second inning, first run second inning, both hit. Our Cardinals money line hit, and then, of course, we had the over 2.5 first three total runs, over 2.5 in the first three in that Dodgers-White Sox game. That cashed. So we had a good night on the stream last night with some EV plays that came through. What are your thoughts, Brendan, on those second inning markets that you're seeing on the EV page?
Yeah, well, I love seeing them cash, that's for sure. So
definitely.
Yeah, those are good hits. I know that early in the games, that's typically where I like to stick to, maybe that first inning in particular. Those second innings now creeping in. It just seems like those are where you see a lot of the action, but something in like the middle of the game, like fifth or sixth inning, I try to avoid those most of the times, but loving the first innings and the second innings in particular. Before we got on, Bob and I were just talking. We actually both had one play today that had popped up in the EV tool. It was no run first inning for Chicago, San Fran, the Giants. That hit today. So, yeah, we love seeing those first and second ones, the Nerfies and the Yerfies. We love seeing those cash. That's for sure.
For sure. And yeah, that's a market that I haven't dived into a lot. Obviously, I have no choice but to go back. I made some money, so I'm going to dive into it. So those of you using OddsJam, pay attention to that market of the second inning. It's one that I do think is worth jumping into a little bit. Obviously, I don't have a ton of data to back that up right now. I've only got 3 bets that I've placed in that particular market. One of them was delayed, but I do think that it's probably a market that's worth jumping into and I think could be profitable. So definitely anytime I get on a call with people, it's definitely a market that I'm going to suggest people test out and see how it does. So,
all right. So Tony's talking about the Bronny James Draft Watch. Randall and I already hit it at over 50.5. That hit. We're cashed in. Randall says if you didn't bet that, never bet again. And Tony says to send his ass to Australia. Batia, round 1 leader. Once again, we are cooking. Golf Gurus, my man Tony and I. We do it every week. We have 16 outrights so far. Half of the season, 16 outrights, up 59.73 units. So nice. How many people could say that with golf? That's all I got to say, boys.
And congrats, Randall, real quick on him cashing his parlay last night. It came down. We were talking about that Guardians Orioles game, Brendan, and I don't know, something was enticing me at first. I'm like, why are the Guardians plus 192, plus 200 on one book on the money line? What is this, a trap? It was always the Orioles. That was the route to go. Randall had Orioles money line in his parlay, and when he told us he had that, I'm like, thank God, because I thought about looking at the Guardians money line, but the Orioles was definitely the spot. So good job cashing that, bro.
Yeah, I've been fading the Guardians a lot this year on the money line. They seem to be struggling quite a bit. That pitching staff really seems down this year right now. Tristan McKenzie, I was really high into him coming into the season, but he seems to be kind of in a little bit of a slump right now. So, he's either he's getting a bunch of strikeouts, or he's getting rocked and giving up a bunch of home runs. So it seems to be really one way or really the other.
Yeah, would have to agree with you on that.
Yeah, I got to tell you, man. But first off, I need to find out, what's your favorite sport to bet there, Brendan?
My favorite, or the one that I make the most with?
Well, you tell me. Usually, my favorite is the one that I make the most money with.
Yeah. I honestly, I grew up playing a lot of baseball. I played in college, so I love baseball. I follow baseball. I feel like I do well on baseball. But according to statistics, the NBA is my best betting league. So that season just coming over, looking to hammer baseball a little bit more. But those are my top two, is baseball and the NBA season. I really seem to do well during that. Just coming out of this past one, mainly with only just plus EV, profited close to 6,000 in this past season. So it's a nice little NBA season.
Very, very nice. Yeah, and that's been my most profitable sport. Is NBA, and definitely from an EV standpoint, that is the sport that I've had the most success with. But I do like betting baseball. I'm with you. I love it. I'm fine with it. I still think we can be profitable and make some money. It's just a matter of when you're using the EV page, staying away from markets that you get beat on a lot. Some of those markets are tough. And I like to bet on player strikeouts. That's a market I do well with. Obviously, we talked about Nerfy and Yerfies, another market that I do well with. Player outs, I do well with that market. So I tend to get my variance out between those markets mainly.
Celtics are soft because they didn't draft Bronny. Why in the hell would they draft Bronny other than to piss LeBron off? I mean, seriously,
That's what Tony wanted, let's face it. He's a Celtics fan. That's what he wanted. And it didn't work out for you.
Well, all I know is I cashed 50 on Bronny over 50.5 on BetMGM. That's all I friggin' care about. Money.
Yes, sir.
That is why. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Whatever, Tony. Mike's a Lakers fan, Tony.
I am a Lakers fan. I am, but I'm not a Celtics hater necessarily. I mean, I'm not that deep into the rivalry. Maybe you are more, Tony. I don't know. Maybe you are a little more than me. Me, not personally. But I do like what the Lakers did last night with getting Dalton Connect, man. I think that was a heck of a pickup.
When we were on the space,
I didn't think they were going to – I thought they would go for like a point guard, man. I really did. I thought Isaiah Collier, SCC, maybe that was the route they'd go.
You see what Magic said on X? He's all over it, man. He loves it. You got a 3-point shooter. This guy could start or come off the bench. And they like his moxie, man. He's got a little bit of hard-ass edge to him. What do you think about that pick last night, Brendan?
Yeah, I think it was definitely interesting. I mean, I get back and forth between them. I'm always like, are you guys going to win, like going all in to win this year? Or are we going back to rebuilding phases? I don't really know. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, maybe even see where LeBron heads up. I'm here in Northeast Ohio, and I went to the Cavaliers versus Celtics game 4 when they were here in Cleveland. And LeBron was there. He was sitting on the court, so that was pretty cool to see. They did a nice little tribute video to him. But, yeah, we'll see what goes on out there. I'll be interested to see Bronny James in the league, how he handles. I know a lot of a lot of people are saying he might not be ready per se to get himself into the league. So that'll be interesting to see if he gets a little beat up, maybe like Caitlin Clark in the WNBA is a little bit right now. She seems to be getting a little grounded.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that, you wouldn't expect to transition to the NBA, but they end up doing it, Sometimes going to the NBA ends up being better for your game, come to find out. I mean, I look at a guy like Russell Westbrook, and I mean, I don't know that anybody thought he was going to be that good. I mean, coming out of college, and he was definitely a guy that's proven to be effective and a good player, So, I mean, maybe Bronny's a guy like that, but only the difference is I think Bronny should be able to shoot better than Westbrook for sure.
Yeah, maybe
he can't shoot.
No, I was going to say maybe the handles might be a little better too.
Yeah.
Bronny can dunk.
But, I mean, Westbrook's game was proven to be effective in the NBA. For whatever it's worth, it has been proven he's a guy that his game was able to translate and he was able to do well in the NBA. Not great, but, definitely an effective player, So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I think Bronny definitely could be a good player in the NBA if he's used right and he continues to get better. He's going to be around the right guys in an NBA locker room. He's going to be able to soak up all their knowledge. So,
going to be around his old man. You know how tough that is, Mike.
That can be tough. That can be tough.
It really can. All right. Let's see. NHL draft is coming up. Let's see. When is
tomorrow?
That?
I think tomorrow, right?
Yeah. There he goes. Tony, he's going, man. He's going to to go to the Lakers. You know he is.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. They had it all set up, man.
Is he already, did they draft him?
I don't have ESPN up right now. I've got NBA.com up. Let me.
They sure did. Pick 55.
Yep.
There
just came in.
And that was on FanDuel. They had changed it to over 54.5. But BetMGM had 50.5. And so 55. Yep. There
Why
you go.
it's important to have those lines, shopping them around.
That's right, man. A good thing to have there. That's awesome. I love it.
I mean, we knew that was going to happen, though. I mean, we just had that feeling. We talked about it. We knew that was going to happen. I mean, even at over 54.5, which the line was at, I mean, you would have cashed out 50. He went at 55. We knew that was going to happen. We knew he was probably going to go to the Lakers at pick 55, and Tony was hoping the Celtics would ruin that, but no, be a wasted pick for them.
Oh yeah. There's no reason to do that whatsoever. All right, let's see. What do we got in the world of baseball going on right now, guys? The Twins are just ripping up the D-backs. D-backs just don't look like the same team. Giants have come back to tie the Cubs, and believe it or not, the White Sox are up 1-0 against the Braves in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Those wild White Sox, crazy.
Yep, the lowly White Sox, and Atlanta, for them, not a good stretch here. You lost 2 or 3 to the Cardinals. Now you're potentially going to drop this game to Chicago, a 21-win team. You've already had Acuna out for the year. That's a killer. I just don't know how long the Braves are going to be able to last and hang on.
How come everybody only talks about Acuna? You better talk about Strider. That's a big loss, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, pitching is numero uno in baseball, right, Brendan?
Pitching is the most important, in my opinion. I was just actually thinking to myself as you guys were talking about it. One with the Braves, that Ozzy Albies. I'm pretty high on him this year. He's been doing really well, especially with Acuna down. But for the pitching wise, like something I was just thinking about, I don't know if you guys have been paying much attention to these Yankees as of lately, but I think they're desperate to get to the All-Star break right now. Garrett Cole just came back. Yesterday was his second game. Did not look good in the second game. They've been scoring a lot of runs, but just not giving up even more. So pitching is definitely important. And I think right now the Yankees are struggling with the pitching staff. Starters are going down.
And Aaron Judge is on a home run roll right now, but it's not doing pretty good.
What has helped the Braves though, with Strider being out, is Chris Sale, because he's been dynamite. I mean, even today, the guy went 7 innings, gave up 1 home run, and had 11 strikeouts. They're losing 1-0. So he's been big for the Braves, and if not for him and his production this year, they'd be in some big trouble, because Chris Sale is having a tremendous year for the Braves right now. But I don't know how much longer this team will be able to hold on. Honestly, if they're not careful here, they don't have that top wild card spot locked up yet. It's all it takes is a Padres team, a Cardinals team right behind them to catch fire, and they could pass them up.
I was gonna say Cardinals are interesting, but those Padres, those Padres are something.
Padres, Cardinals. Let's go Cardinals. That's my team. So there you go.
All right, I like that.
I got to stick with that. They're 6 games back, but now we're starting to get the Padres and the Cardinals now 3 games over 500. We're starting to maybe get a little separation. And a team like the Cubs, Mike, that a lot of people were high on, and Imanaga, getting Imanaga and Cody Bellinger back with them. The Cubs are 7 games under 500 right now. They're not playing good ball at all.
No, not in the slightest. And I don't know that it turns around, because they just can't seem to get anything going offensively a lot either. It's tough right now for the Cubs. I'm not sure that they're going to be able to rebound and get themselves back in this thing, because if the Padres and Cardinals, like I said, if they start catching a little bit of fire here, they could start gaining on Atlanta, who's got that top wild card spot. And the way Atlanta's playing right now, you're a little worried. With the injuries they have, it's going to catch up maybe. And if that happens, Atlanta may be playing themselves out if they're not careful. I don't think that would happen, though. I can't imagine that happening, because that would have to – somebody in that bottom tier, like the Mets, even though they've been on fire, the Nationals,
they're playing good.
They'd have to really start picking it up too, because the Braves are still 10 games above 500. It's not like that, but they could trend downward, man, and all of a sudden,
Mets are on an 8-2 run right now. West End, Cardinals 7-3. Anybody else on an 8-2 run? Astros.
I think the Mets. If you extend the Mets to 20 games, I think they're 17-3 on the 20-game streak.
Yeah,
so
they've
been hot lately, and they just got that young catcher of theirs back. I think it's Alvarez is his last name. He had a shot last night, a home run. I was watching the game against the Yankees, and
Francisco Alvarez.
Yeah, he's looking really good. When he's in the lineup, they're 9 games above 500. When he's out of the lineup, they're 18 below.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
he's been on it. He's hitting well right now. Did he go 3 for 3 yesterday?
Yeah, with that home run shot, I think he actually went 3 for 3 and was walked in the first inning. So
yeah, he's batting over 3. He's batting about 313 right now. He's looking pretty good. He's going to be a big part of them. Yeah, he's got to be in the lineup and healthy.
23 years old, young guy.
Yeah. Yep, good young catcher. Definitely got some upside there. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. That wild card's going to be bunched up for a while probably.
I'm thinking so. Should be a nice race here down towards the end of the season. Will be fun to watch, especially getting into ramping up NFL season here starting soon.
Oh, yeah. It won't be long before we get into all that. In the meantime, WNBA's got 4 games on tap tonight.
One already played.
One already played.
The Lynx lost to Dallas.
Dallas,
Wow.
no kidding. I did not see that.
The Wings won. Yes.
Wow. The chicken wings won. Wow. Did not see that. Vegas is playing Chicago tonight at Chicago. Connecticut at Washington, and Indiana at Seattle. I would take the faves in every one of those games. What do you guys think? They're all 10 and a half, 9 point spreads.
Yeah, I like that. I think the one thing I want to mention, just so everyone is aware, in FanDuel, they did have a 30% profit boost on any WNBA straight bets. I think the minimum was minus 200, so make sure you guys are using that. Today's the last day, I noticed, from the 25th to the 27th. So if you guys haven't gone on that yet, make sure you're using that profit boost.
DraftKings has a no sweat for WNBA. It's $10, up to $10. So you get a no sweat bet for WNBA there. So
you don't
I like
think
that.
You don't think the Fever have any chance tonight against Seattle? I mean, you got to remember they'd won 4 in a row. They lost that game to Chicago, and
Not winning.
Huh?
I don't think they're winning.
You don't think they got a shot at winning this game?
No. Now, if you want to take them on this, I like all the faves tonight. Can't help it.
Okay.
That's
All
where
right.
I'm at.
I mean, I got to be honest. Seattle is a team that I'm not too sure about. I have not. They're definitely a 10-6, so it's obvious they're a good team, but that's not been a team that I've paid a lot of attention to. So,
what are you training for, Justin? In
a train, probably with Wilt Chamberlain, huh, Justin?
Yeah.
Well, we got an inside joke there. We'll tell Brennan. Justin went on the record, said the most overrated basketball player of all time is Wilt Chamberlain, and
wow,
he took some heat for it.
Yeah, I'm sure it sounds like he still is, as he should.
Yes.
Now, I want to tell you guys something. Did you know that Wilt Chamberlain is the only guy to ever have a quintuple double?
I did not know that.
It was done by a statistician, okay? But, before 1974, steals and blocks weren't counted, right?
Right.
A longtime statistician for the NBA recorded everything in that game. And he had like 53 14 assists, 24 block shots, and I can't remember how many steals. That's insane.
That's crazy.
Anybody who's had a quintuple double, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
that's on another planet, man. I don't care. But Justin,
the thing is, any era he played in, dude, look at how big and ripped he was in that era.
I know. But Justin said last night to me, I was a foot taller than all of those other guys, and they were all plumbers.
I've heard that. Yeah. I've heard that.
Part-time playing basketball.
Yeah. Full-time plumber, part-time basketball player. It doesn't matter. To have 55 rebounds in a game, how much energy do you have to exert to rebound the ball 55 times?
Well, I'm not sure he was a foot taller than everybody he played against either.
True.
I mean,
but give yourself an hour, go jump 55 times in the living room, see how that goes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll let you do that. You look like you're in more shape than me.
Thanks.
All right, Mike, you got anything on the EV page that we can
Yeah, I do.
Love it.
I want to, I've already locked in a few. So here it is again. It's a second inning. It's a Yersey yes run second inning, and it's in this Guardians-Royals game. We just need a run in the second inning. And looking at this pitching matchup tonight, you got Lively, been okay, Waka on the mound. I mean, this definitely has potential. to hit, I think. And then the other one was a Yersi in the Reds Cardinals game. And I think that I'll take that too. You got Abbott and Michaelis on the mound. Yeah, I mean, there could be a run in the first inning and second inning with these two guys on the mound. So let's go with that. We got a first three inning.
I'm taking a Nerfy in the first inning. You're getting on Michaelis's ass. He's been pitching very well.
Yeah, but Abbott, you got to count on Abbott too, dude. Both of these guys.
It's the Cardinals hitting, but
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Not very good. I'll take a Nerfy in the first inning and a Yersi in the second.
Okay. That's fine. Maybe so. I do like the over.
Yeah, we're talking about bets.
I will say I did take a plus EV today. It was earlier than this morning, and the line shifted pretty drastically, but I had under 10.5 runs with those Reds and Cardinals, minus 175 there. It shifted all the way down to minus 240 already.
Yeah.
So
I'll be interested to see where the runs filter in there. I'm hoping for no runs all the way around. But
yeah.
Well, I don't expect the Cardinals to, offensively, they're not a great team. They're okay.
No.
Their pitching is what's carrying them right now. Starting pitching and the bullpen.
I feel the Reds are kind of similar where the games that they've scored a lot. And if they're not scoring a lot, their scoring is not, so
yeah. And they've been struggling here. They had that stretch there at the beginning of June.
Mm-hmm.
I think they won 7 in a row, and since then it's just been kind of tough on them. But I do like this first 3 innings total runs over 2.5 in this game. I do like it. I mean, we're getting plus odds on it. It looks like now Bet Rivers, they've got it at plus 107, but Bet Rivers doesn't like a lot of us, so screw them. We'll go over to Fanatics and take the plus 105. Another market that I've been hitting lately, this first 3 innings total runs. We will see how well they do.
Yeah, I'll be intrigued to follow you on that and see that. I don't have much info on the first 3 or first half or anything.
No, not a ton on it. But definitely worth tracking and seeing how we do here. How about Asia Wilson under 11.5 rebounds?
Yeah, I do like that one a lot. Anytime I see her coming on the unders, I'm usually hitting that under.
Yeah, and let's face it, look at the game that Angel Reese had the other night against the Fever. Would she have 16 rebounds?
Yeah, she was on a tear that night.
Yeah,
did she have 7 double-doubles in a row to set the record for WNBA rookies?
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Well, between her and Cardoso the other night, they both combined for 26 rebounds. So when Angel Reese and Cardoso are when they're going, they're tough. So Asia Wilson's going to have a tough time tonight. I think we got to go with that on Caesars at plus odds.
Real quick. Back to Wilt here real quick. It was March 18th, 1968. He was a member of the Philadelphia 76ers, 53 points, 32 rebounds, 14 assists, 24 blocks, and 11 steals.
Wow.
Okay.
It's unbelievable.
That anybody could come up with those kind of statistics. Yeah, I agree.
Here's another one I'm going to hit real quick, guys. It's in the Guardians Royals. If I've got a yes run second inning in this game, I may as well take a first 3 innings total runs at over 2.5. Why not? Yeah. I'm gonna roll with it.
Yep, and I will say in that game I did find earlier Michael Wakacha. I'm not sure I say his last name.
Waka.
I was able to grab his player strikeouts over 3.5. We got that for some plus money, plus 100 on Hard Rock. Most of the other bets were closer to 120. I think it was Fanatics creep down to 135 on that one. We snagged it at plus money, so I did jump on that one in that game earlier there.
Here's a good one. Check this one out, guys. Davis Daniel under 1.5 player walks. That's interesting.
Now is
That's
that
interesting.
Is that a batter prop or is that a
yes
prop?
No, it's a pitcher prop.
Pitcher,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a pitcher prop.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what?
That one's dicey.
Yeah, I'd stay the hell away from that.
That one. Now I do. Here's a player strikeout one. It's over 4.5 for John Gray. Man. I mean, he only needs 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, plus, let's see, scrolling over circa, that plus money line on it. I guess you got things like parlay play throwing it off.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty well. I mean, I don't know, man, because this is a Baltimore lineup that
they've been hitting. I mean, Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman, they've been hot lately. Last night, I think they ended up with 7 or 8 runs total.
No, they only had 4. They only had 4 last night, but 8 the day before they had 8.
Okay,
Problem for Baltimore is they've been skidding lately. You know, they'd lost. They got swept by Houston, and before last night, winning that game against the Guardians, they were going to be on the verge of being swept 2 series in a row.
Yeah, against a struggling Guardians team, as we just mentioned.
Yeah, so that one's interesting.
Well, I'm looking here. Like 69 divided by 13. He averages a little over 5 innings per start. He's pitched 71.3 innings with 68 strikeouts. He's right on the cusp.
Yeah.
That's a tough one too.
Yeah, let's see if there's anything else out here, and I'll make a decision. No, I think I'll stay away. I think I got enough here last minute. Don't want to go too crazy last minute.
You are absolutely right, Randall. We will look back on the Bronny James bet and
yes,
we'll bet more.
Yeah, you're probably right, Randall. That probably was.
I only bet 50.
Yeah, you guys probably should have hammered the hell out of that. Now that you think about it.
I've never had a bet hit that I wish I put less on. I could tell you that.
Well, yeah, that's true. Good point. Good point. Yeah. So,
EO, I didn't see this guy. Or they thought, yes, EO, we had plenty of bets. We got plenty of bets out, all EV bets, and all pretty solid, man. I feel like right now, I think I'm sweeping the slate. I'm sorry. I think I'm sweeping the slate.
I love that.
Until I don't.
Yeah, why would you do otherwise?
Yeah, exactly. That's a clean sweep if I'm being honest.
Well, you know what? Yeah. It's time to go. I hear the bell ringing. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not.
I can't.
But I tell you what.
There it is.
The cowbell, you know.
Yeah.
We need more.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Brendan. Your first time. Great job, buddy.
Come back, please, bro.
Yeah,
had a good time with you.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'll definitely be back.
Yeah.
For sure.
Share with all your friends, man. Get them out here. Tell them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. All right? Do it right now. See you later. Peace.